In this video, we are going to be talking about how to name bicyclic compounds. So what is a bicyclic compound? It is a compound where two rings are stuck together, and there are three different types of these. The first one is bridged, and you can see that they're basically perpendicular to each other. So this right here is going to be the first ring, and then the second one is going to be going in this plane. The second type is fused, and those are two rings that are beside each other and fused together like this. And then the third one is spiro, where they're almost twisted and they're connected by this one carbon right there. So here are some naming rules that are specific to bicyclic compounds. Rule number one is just showing the format of the name. And so it is similar to naming an alkane. You have substituents first. In this case, you have bicyclo, and then you have these brackets with the three numbers with dots or periods in between. And then you have the root name. And so we're going to break this down a little more and see later what these numbers actually are. So number two, you start numbering at the bridgehead, going around the largest ring first. So the bridgehead is going to be where those two, where the two rings come together. So this would be a bridgehead, and this would be a bridgehead. And you are going to start going around the largest ring first. So you can see this ring is going to be 6 carbons, and this one is just going to be 1 extra carbon. So you would start going this way. And if it had a substituent, you would want to start at the bridgehead and then number around the largest ring, going the way of the substituent first, giving that substituent the lowest number possible. And then the root name is going to be the total number of carbons in the entire molecule. So this ring is 6 carbons, but then when you add in that second bridge, it adds that 7th carbon. So the root name is going to be bicycloheptane. And really, once we see down here what those numbers mean, it's going to be bicyclo bracket number heptane. Number 4 is where we see what those numbers are. So the numbers in the brackets correspond to the non-bridgehead carbons, always in order of descending numbers. So like I said, here are the bridgehead carbons, and then in green are the non-bridgehead carbons. So the brackets correspond to the non-bridgehead carbons in order of descending numbers. So if we're looking, here are the bridgehead carbons. So basically what this is saying is that we have 2 non-bridgehead carbons on this side of it, 2 non-bridgehead carbons on this side of it, and then we have 1 non-bridgehead carbon basically over it. So then in descending order, we'd have 2.2.1. And we're going to see another example where we actually have zeros in there. So practice give a systematic name for the bicyclic compounds. So the root name for this one would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, bicyclooctane, the total number of carbons in the entirety of both rings. This one does have substituents, so those would not be included in the parent or the root name. But we still name the substituents the same way. So if we were to start numbering this, you have 2 bridgeheads, and you have to start numbering at the bridgehead. So where would we start numbering first? Well, this one is based off of the substituents. If we started numbering right here, we would give this methyl a 1. If we started numbering right here, the first substituent would be a 2. So that's why we start right here, and then we go around the ring the way that would give this second substituent the lowest number. So if we went this way, this would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would give this ethyl a 4. If we went this way, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So with that being said, we're going to number going this way counterclockwise. 1, 2, 3, and then give this ethyl a 4. So that's how we deal with the substituents. The brackets, remember, are going to be non-bridgehead carbons. So I circled the bridgehead carbons, and let me get a different color here, and I'll do yellow, and we can see the non-bridgehead carbons. So that's going to be 1, 2 on this side, 1, 2, 3 on this side, and then 1 up here. So that's why we have 3, 2, 1, because this side we have 3 non-bridgehead carbons, this side we have 2 non-bridgehead carbons, and then up here we have 1. So the full name is going to be 4-ethyl 1-methyl bicyclo 3,2,1-octane. For the next one, we have a bicyclohexane as the main one. And so remember, the root name is going to be the total number of carbons in the entire bicyclo molecule part, not including the substituents, but in the actual parent. So let me go back to blue here. All right, so start at the bridgehead. So we have to start either here or here, because that's where the 2 rings come together. So we have a substituent over here, and this is going to be a sec-butyl. That's one of those common names that you should memorize. So we're going to start numbering the largest ring first. So we can go 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. Either way, it doesn't matter. So we're just going to start this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this carbon right here gives us the 6 for the hexane. So the root name is bicyclohexane. You have 1 substituent. It is a sec-butyl on carbon number 3 of the main chain. And then let me go back to yellow, and we'll circle the non-bridgehead carbons. So on this side we have 1, 2, 3, and then over here we have 1. And notice this is not a bridged molecule, so we don't have another non-bridged carbon on a different side of it. So we just have 3 and we have 1. So that's why we have a 0 right here. You're only going to fill in that 3rd spot if it's a bridged carbon or a bridged molecule. So the full name, you have 3-sec-butyl bicyclo 3,1,0-hexane. I hope you found this video to be really helpful. The concepts and information presented in these videos will be true no matter what Organic Chemistry 1 class you are taking. However, the concepts presented in this video are referencing material currently covered in Baylor University's coursework. Remember, if you are a currently enrolled Baylor student, we offer free tutoring services. Our tutoring center is located on the 1st floor of the Sid Richardson building. You will find all the details you need about these services on our website, www.baylor.edu/tutoring. You may schedule a free 30-minute one-on-one tutoring session online, or just drop in during any of our open business hours. For more information about our current services, please visit our website. Thank you.